Well, it's been close to 5 years since I reviewed this film. Now I thought I'd do a full re-review of this film. As you may or may not know, I do have a soft spot for chick flicks, and this is one film that's definitely a real exception. With her new film just 1 week away, coming to Peacock, of course, let's go back and review the one that's, well, actually re-review the one that started it all, Bridget Jones' Diary. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a re review of the 2001 rom com Bridget Jones' Diary, released by Miramax in the US and by Universal as well, and and by Mars Distribution France and United International Pictures internationally. Directed by Sharon Maguire from a screenplay by Helen Fielding, Andrew Davies, and Richard Curtis. It's based on the 1996 novel The Same Name by Fielding, which was itself a loose adaptation of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. The film stars Renee Zellweger as the titular character of Bridget Jones, a 32-year-old British single woman who writes a diary which focuses on the things she wishes to happen in her life. However, her life changes when two men vie for her affection, and those are Colin Firth and Hugh Grant. Jim Broadbent and Gemma Jones appear in supporting roles, plus others. The film was released on April 13th, 2001 in the UK and the US, which means I'm just a year early for its anniversary again. After it premiered at the Empire in London a month prior, and then months later it came to France. Made its premiere in France. Well, actually, about a half a year later, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, a half a year later. This film eventually became a big success and what have you. Alright, let's get this over with. Let's get into the story. I'm not saying that I'm being rude, but I love this film. Bridget Jones is 32, single, engagingly imperfect, and worried about her weight. She works as a publicity assistant at a publishing company in London where her main focus is fantasizing about her boss, Daniel Cleaver. At her parents' New Year party, Bridget is introduced to Mark Darcy, a childhood acquaintance and handsome barrister, the son of her parents' friends. Mark calls Bridget foolish and vulgar, and she thinks he is arrogant and rude. Overhearing Mark grumble to his mother about her attempt to set him up with a verbally incontinent spinster who smokes like a chimney, drinks like a fish, and dresses like her mother, Bridget forms the New Year's resolution to turn her life around. She begins keeping a diary to chronicle her attempts to stop smoking, stop drinking, lose weight, and find her Mr. Right. Bridget and Daniel begin to flirt heavily at work ahead of an important book launch, at which Bridget runs into Mark and his glamorous and high colleague Natasha. Bridget leaves with Daniel and they have dinner. Despite Daniel's notorious reputation as a womanizer, Daniel tells Bridget that he and Mark were formerly friends, but as Mark has the ex with his fiance, they now hate each other. Bridget and Daniel start dating. So Bridget is invited to a family party, originally a Tartan Vicar's costume party, so she ties it into a main break weekend with Daniel. They spend the day before the party at a country inn, excuse me, where Mark and Natasha are also staying. The morning of the party, Daniel says he must return to London for work and leaves Bridget dressed as a Playboy bunny to enjoy the party alone. When she returns to London and drops in on Daniel, she discovers his American colleague Laura naked in his flat. Bridget cuts ties with him and immediately searches for a new career. She lands a new job on television. And when Daniel pleads with her to stay, she declares that she would rather have a job wiping Saddam Hussein's arse. Well, you know what I'm saying. Bridget attends a friend's long-standing dinner party where she is the only unaccompanied person. Once again, she crosses paths with Mark and Natasha. He privately confesses to Bridget that despite her faults, he likes her just as you are. Sometime later, he allows Bridget an exclusive TV interview in a landmark legal case, which boosts her career and prompts her to see him differently. Bridget begins to develop feelings for Mark, and when she misguidedly and somewhat disastrously attempts to cook her own birthday party dinner, he comes to her rescue. After a happy dinner celebration with Bridget's friends and Mark, a drunken Daniel arrives and temporarily monopolizes Bridget's attention. Mark leaves but returns to challenge Daniel, and they fight in the street, eventually smashing through the window of a Greek restaurant. The fight eventually ends with Bridget chiding Mark and he leaving, and after a self serving appeal from Daniel, she rejects him as well. Bridget's mother, Pamela, has led Bridget's father, Colin, and begun an affair with Parmetan's shopping channel presenter, Julian. When the affair ends, she returns to the Jones family home and offhandedly reveals that Mark and Daniel's falling out resulted from Daniel, then Mark's best friend at Cambridge University, having an nasty ex with Mark's wife, which Mark walked in on, not the other way around. Now I'm going to go to the final act and the ending. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below. If you've seen this movie already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. At the Darcy's Ruby wedding anniversary party the same day, Bridget confesses her feelings for Mark, only to learn that he and Natasha have accepted jobs in New York and are on the verge of an engagement, according to Mark's father. Bridget interrupts the toast with an emotionally moving speech that peters out as she realizes the hopelessness of her position. Although her words affect Mark, he still flies to New York. Bridget's friends rally to repair a broken heart with a surprise trip to Paris, but as they are about to leave, Mark appears at Bridget's flat. Just as they are about to kiss for the first time, Bridget rushes to her bedroom to change into sexier underwear. Mark notices her open diary, reads her earlier unflattering opinions of him, and leaves. Bridget realizes what has happened and runs outside after him in the snow in just her tiger skin print undies, a thin cardigan, and trainers. There is no sign of him, and disheartened, she is about to return home when Mark emerges from a nearby shop. Bridget apologizes for what she wrote and tries to persuade him that it's just a diary. And Mark reveals he only let to buy her a new one, which he gives her to make a fresh start. And they kiss in the snow covered street. End of story. So, what did I think of Bridget Jones' Diary? Well, I gotta tell you, I love this movie. I don't care what y'all say. I absolutely love this movie. It is one of, if not one of the best chick flicks I have seen. Yeah, I've seen this like numerous times, and it's still good. And I just finished rewatching it a while ago, and let me tell you, it has not aged much. I think this film was very fun, and wow, it has its ups and downs. And what have you. Well, with the characters, what have you. But nevertheless, I still found it to be a good film. The film did pretty well, going on to make a well after its release ever since. It has made 334 million worldwide against its $25 million budget. It got good reviews from critics who highlighted Zellweger's titular performance, which garnered her a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Actress at the Academy Awards. But unfortunately, she lost that award. Oh well. It went on to be nominated for other awards, not just the Academy Award, but the British Academy Film Awards and several others. It won a few at some European award ceremonies. But anyway, I found this to be one of the greats. Over the years, it has been hailed as a part of English pop culture, with Bridget Jones being cited as a British cultural icon. The success has spun out well to put out two sequels, actually, with a third one coming up later on this month. And I've seen them before, but it's been a long time since I saw the second one. But and it's only been a while since I saw the third one, though. I'm looking forward to the brand new one coming up, though. Anyway, for its reviews, Rotten Tomatoes has a score of 80%, saying though there was controversy over the choice of casting, Zellweger's Bridget Jones is a sympathetic, likable, funny character, giving this romantic comedy a lot of charm, which I'll be talking about right now because numerous people were actually up for the role of Bridget, as a matter of fact, because among some of them were Helena Bonham Carter, Kate Blanchett, Emily Watson, Rachel Weisz. Unfortunately, she was considered too beautiful for the role. Even Cameron Diaz, but Toni Collette declined the role as well because she was on Broadway starring in The Wild Party. Kate Winslet was also considered, but at the age of 24, the producers decided she was too young. And soon that was when Zellweger got the role. And let me tell you, this is probably one of my absolute favorite, well, films of hers she's been in. I know she's been in numerous other films, a few before this, too. Metacritic has a score of 66, while audiences polled by CinemaScore gave this an average B+. Now, CNN's Paul Clinton wrote Zellweger nails Jones's London accent while simultaneously delivering a performance bursting with power and brimming with heartfelt emotion. The Hollywood Reporter praised Zellweger's knack for physical comedy, and the Washington Post said the film lets her show both her frantic awkwardness and her tender decency. I have to admit, is very, very good. Now, Weekly wrote Hugh Grant is charming too, luxuriating in naughtiness, taking a holiday from his usual floppy velvet romantic image as Bridget's caddish bosh Daniel Cleaver. And even Colin Firth got praise. Well, as one said, he's the complete Darcy and he never wavers. There's no sentimentality, no flirtation with the audience, no final moment to, well, a pandering to the niceness gods. He's a cold geek all the way through. I couldn't agree more. As for our cast, like I'd say, I love all three of the big ones. Renee Zellweger, very good as Bridget Jones. Loved her performance. Colin Firth does an exceptionally good job as Mark Darcy. And as for Hugh Grant as Daniel Cleaver, superb. Definitely. Now, for the rest of the cast, we have Jim Broadbent playing Bridget's dad, Colin, and Gemma Jones playing her mom, Pamela. They were all really good and what have you. Now, there's numerous other people and what have you, including one of them playing Natasha, just so happens to be Embeth Davids, who I actually do remember that name after she, because of course I knew her best for playing Miss Honey in Matilda, which came out, well, 5 years ago. Of course, she's appeared in other films, including the Amazing Spider-Man films with Andrew Garfield, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and in the remake of 13 Ghosts. Yeah. So the the rest of the supporting cast is absolutely good, and I really think They were all wonderful. The score done by Patrick Doyle is very good too. And we got a very good soundtrack and what have you, which we hear all sorts of classics. I mean, from artists like Diana Ross to Van Morrison. Still, I have to give Bridget Jones' Diary credit for what it had to offer. Lots of zany, fun-filled, romantic moments and what have you. Some real crazy, sexy bits and what have you. But with a good score, a great story, which I really did like, and great characters performed by a great cast, this film is absolutely a good film. So, overall, with everything said, would I recommend Bridget Jones' Diary? The answer is hell yeah. If you really want to round up a girl and watch a chick, and they want to watch a chick flick, then go with this film. You will not be disappointed with. I think you'll really like it because it's really, really funny. So, what did you think of Bridget Jones' Diary? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, make it grow, make the views grow. Tell all your friends about my channel, get them to know me. Maybe they'd like to be a part of my Big D Nation. Share my vids with your friends if you like. And next time, I'll be bringing to you a review of its sequel, Bridget Jones: The Edge of Reason. So, if you like this, check out my reviews for these other rom-coms. In the upper left hand corner is my review of Meet the Parents from 2000. The upper right hand corner is my review of Bridesmaids from 2012, I believe. Yeah, from 2012. Or go to the bottom left hand corner and see my review of another film with Renee Zellweger I have reviewed, and that's Me, Myself, and Irene, which has Jim Carrey in it, which of course that was a recent film Zellweger did just a year prior to this. And the bottom right hand corner is a button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.